and enjoy the lovely words and phrases of the English language. With you every Sunday from 2 p.m. with lots of fun and all the words and phrases of the English language. Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat and together learn the words and phrases of the English language. Join together and have fun. Listen and learn, it really can be done. Your learning journey has just begun. Listen and learn, it really can be done. Your learning journey has just begun.
Here we go. We are back with you once more. I hope you are having a good day. How is your Sunday? Are you having a good day?
Oh, yes.
Good. I'm so glad to hear it. English Addict is with you again. It is myself, Mr. Duncan. That's me, coming up today from the birthplace of the English language. You know where it is. I know where it is. We all know where it is. Come on, Mr. Duncan. Get on with it. We haven't got all day.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat. Learn together and have fun.
We are having fun together today. I hope you are having a super duper one wherever you are in the world. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you happy? I hope you have one of these on your face today. If you don't, it's okay. I will try my best to put one there just for you. We are now live as live can be. English Addict, my name is Duncan. I love the English language. One day I hope to marry the dictionary, myself and the dictionary, married together. In fact, to be honest with you, it feels as if I am already married to the English language. And I have a feeling maybe perhaps you are an English addict as well. Are you addicted to English? If you are here, then there is a good chance you are. It is lovely to have your company today. Today we are live, yes. Some people think this is not live. Some people think this is AI. I can assure you now, I am not AI. I am a real person right here on your screen. And we are going to have some fun today with the English language. I've had such a busy week. Can I tell you how busy my week has been? Oh my goodness. I've been looking after my neighbour's house and also their cat whilst they are away. Would you like to see my neighbour's cat? So this is the cat that I've been taking care of all week. Here it is coming up on the screen right now. Ooh, isn't that a lovely cat? Ah, and I have been taking care of the cat and the house this week, keeping myself very busy. Indeed, I've been a very busy boy, and this cute bundle of fur has been keeping me busy as well. So that's what I've been doing this week. What about your week? Have you had a busy week? Has it been a busy one for you? I wonder, because I'm not there, you see. So I need you to tell me what you have been up to. And today we are talking about lots of things, many things to talk about. One thing I've just noticed, it's very hot here in the studio. I don't know why. It's really, really hot. It must be all of these annoying lights. Do you remember last week? I got really angry at that particular light. It was annoying me. It was glaring in my face. If something is glaring, it means it is bright, something clear and obvious. But of course, it can be used negatively as well. Something that is glaring might be too bright. So that is what was happening last week with that light. I did receive a couple of questions asking, Mr. Duncan, what was happening to your light last week? So now you know. Also, we have a new arrival in the studio. Over there, can you see? We have Mr. Duck. He is our new arrival in the studio last week. And also we have Mr. Robot as well. We have a little robot in the studio as well, signifying the changes that are happening all around us, I suppose, because things are always changing. Have you noticed? So my little robot represents, there it is, the changes that are happening in the world with artificial intelligence. However, I am real. I can assure you, I am not computer generated. I can put 3 fingers in front of my face and it is still me. Hello to the live chat. I will say hello to you in a moment. We have so much to talk about today. I've been busy all day preparing this live stream because I have had a busy week. A busy week. It's been very busy, in fact. But I still have a show, don't worry. There will still be lots of fun with all of those words and phrases of the English language. Coming up today, we are looking at a subject. In fact, we are continuing a subject that we started last week, talking about relationships. And I thought it would be interesting to take a close look at the relationship between parents and their children and how we can define those relationships. So we are doing that today. Of course, we have the picture idioms. Did you enjoy last week playing the game? I don't know how, but we managed to play lots and lots of games last week with the picture idiom. Also, goodness me, there is so much to show you today. There is a correction coming up. Something that I got wrong, a mistake I made, I will be putting right. We are also looking at some nature. If you remember last week, I showed you the baby woodpecker in the garden being fed by one of its parents. Well, guess what? The woodpecker is now on its own. It's coming into the garden by itself. And we will be taking a look at that as well. I suppose also I should mention another thing. Well, how can I not mention it? Of course, we have football taking place at the moment. Football is taking place. You may have heard about it. I know what you're going to say, Mr. Duncan. What are you talking about? Is there a football game playing at the moment? Yes. There are many. The World Cup started. Yesterday, Scotland were playing against... Who were they playing yesterday? Haiti. and they won. Scotland actually won. And England, I'm not sure what England are doing at the moment. Are England playing today? Are they playing? I don't know, because I'm not a person who follows football very much, if I was honest with you. So, the World Cup is underway. Now, I did get a bit confused because I was under the impression that the World Cup was being held in Mexico and the United States. I'm sure someone will put me right on that. However, wherever it is being held, the World Cup is now officially underway. Okay, I think we all know now that the World Cup is underway and the football has officially begun. English Addict is with you today. If you are watching the action in the World Cup, then I hope your team wins, whoever you happen to be following. England, I'm not sure if England are playing today. I'm sure one of you will tell me if that is the case. Yes, I have been very busy this week playing with the cat, my next door neighbour's cat, whilst my neighbours were away on holiday. We have lots of things to look at today. Can I say hello to the live chat first of all? Of course, it would not be English Addict without you watching out there in YouTube land. Beatrice, guess what? Yes, you are first on the live chat. Congratulations, Beatrice, you are number one on today's live chat. We also have Barry. Hello, Barry Wood. Would you? I wouldn't. Also, we have Vitas. Hello, Vitas. Nice to see you back again. Francesco is here. Francesco, it is nice to have your company on the live chat. Olga is also here. Maurizio is also here. Hello there. We missed you at the Rendezvous in London. We missed you very much. Alessandro is here. Ibrahim is also here. Thank you very much for joining me today. Paco is also here. And yes, he is here. The one, the only. You know who I'm talking about. Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. It's nice to have your company on English Addict as usual. It's great to have you here. I hope everything in your life is going super duper. Also we have, who else is here? Ravik is here. Hello, and a big special hello to all of you from India. Hello, India. I know that I have a lot of people watching, a lot of lovely English addicts following me in India. So a big hello to you as well. Christina, I know you are busy today. You are riding around on your bicycle in the hot sun, enjoying the lovely weather. I hope you enjoy it as much as I enjoy being here in this lovely studio talking to you live. Who else is here? I don't want to forget anyone. Virginia. Hello, Virginia. It's nice to see you here as well. It also happens to be a state in the USA. Maybe that's where you are. You could be watching right now in Virginia. So you would be Virginia in Virginia. Milad Javad, hello to you. Nice to see you here as well. Ung So, hello Ung So. I have a tough schedule at the weekend, but I will try to catch you. Thank you, Ung So. Perhaps where you are, it is very late. And that is one of the things I always have to consider. I have to think about these things. Where are you in the world, and what time is it where you are? So for some people, it is early in the morning, and for some, it is late at night, depending on where you are in the world. Hello, Mr. Duncan. It is the old man in Bangkok. Hello, Udo. Hello, nice to see you here as well. Thank you very much for joining me. I know it is late where you are at the moment in Thailand. Very late, in fact. We also have Irene. Hello, Irene. It's nice to have you here today. Also, I don't want to miss anyone out because I always feel guilty. I feel very guilty. Sometimes I lie awake at night, worrying, just in case I missed someone out. Inaki, Paco, hello to you as well. I think that is almost it. Hello, Spain. Hello, Spain. Viva la España. A big hello to Agus, who is watching in Spain. Seema Mohammed is here as well. Nice to see you here on the live chat. Favia is also here. Aziz is here as well. So many people joining us, and of course it is great. It's lovely to have your company on this Sunday afternoon live from England, from the birthplace of the English language. A very long time. The English language has been around for many, many years. And, as I always say, the English language is always changing. It is always evolving. My name is Flavia, and I am trying to improve my English. For a long time I did not watch you, Mr. Duncan. I was missing my study with you. Well, Flavia, it is nice to have you back with me. Thank you very much. We have missed you very much. I hope whatever you were doing, I hope it was lots of fun. So many things to talk about today. Here is an interesting word that I used yesterday. Now, we had a nice man come round to our house yesterday because part of our house is having a problem. So we have to have someone come to sort it out, to repair those things. And I was talking to the man yesterday, And there was one word that I used yesterday. And when I said it, he reacted in a certain way. He went, "Oh, yes. Oh, oh." When someone does that, it normally means they are reacting to something they disapprove of, something they don't like, something they find annoying. The word that I used that got that reaction was this word. Can you see it on the screen? Bureaucracy. Bureaucracy. That is a great word. It's also not easy to spell. Many people spell this word incorrectly. Bureaucracy. The rules, all of the things that we have to follow that have been set by the government or the local authority, we often refer to it as bureaucracy. The rules and regulations. For example, if you want to build a house, or if you want to repair your house, if you need to make some changes to your house, quite often you will have to get some sort of approval from the local council. However, there are many rules, many regulations that you have to follow. You must follow those rules. And we often describe it as bureaucracy. The rules that have been put forward. They have been put forward by the government, local authority. These are the rules you must follow. We often describe it as bureaucracy. It's a great word. Another word we often use, in fact, this is a phrase we often use to describe bureaucracy. We often describe it as red tape. We will describe bureaucracy as red tape. This is used negatively to show that the rules can often slow down your plans or even stop them completely. So quite often, red tape or bureaucracy is a thing that makes people go, oh, yeah, yeah, What do you say to bureaucracy? Bureaucracy. It's not easy to say. Bureaucracy. Is it yes or no?
No.
What's that?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
What?
No.
Okay, I won't mention it again. Bureaucracy is a very interesting word. It actually comes from French. It means the power of the desk. The power of the desk. Desk power. A person who comes up with the rules and regulations. So that person quite often has the power to change things. And we often refer to it as red tape or bureaucracy. People don't like it. They really don't. Mr. Duncan, I am studying the dictionary of English idioms and I am trying to remember at least a couple of them. It is not easy to remember everything. Well, I can tell you now, Christina, don't worry, because no one knows everything. It is hard to remember things. Sometimes certain things are easy to remember. Other times, those things might be hard to remember. But always try your best. And yes, I am glad you are enjoying my little gift that I gave to you. I hope it is coming up and coming in. Very useful, I really do. By the way, if my voice sounds a little strange today, it's because I am suffering from my seasonal allergy, hay fever. It is not an illness, it is a reaction to all of the pollen in the air. So at the moment I am suffering slightly from my seasonal hay fever, and that is the reason why my throat might sound a little strange today. Very nice to see so many people chatting away. One of the wonderful things about doing this is that I get the chance to talk to so many of you around the world. We have the mystery object coming up in a few moments from now. Are you ready to have a look at the mystery object? Another thing that exists, and a thing or an item that we often use for many different reasons. All of that coming up in a few moments from now. Last week, if you remember last week, I showed you the baby woodpecker in the garden being fed. Guess what? 1 week later, we now have the woodpecker coming into the garden on its own. Would you like to have a look at the woodpecker? It's the baby, and you will notice that it has grown quite a lot. So here it comes. Here is the woodpecker. So first of all, we have some babies, some baby blue tits and great tits, and then suddenly, and there it is. There is the baby woodpecker. So that is the same woodpecker that we saw last week being fed. And as you can see, it has really grown. It is now starting to look more like an adult. However, if you notice also, the top of its head is red. So the large red cap on its head means that is a baby. It is a juvenile woodpecker. So this particular type of woodpecker is called a great spotted woodpecker. So this is the baby. It is probably a month, maybe 5 weeks old. So this is a very young woodpecker, and now it has started feeding by itself in the garden, and you can see already it is learning to feed itself. So this particular woodpecker is a baby one, and the reason why I know that is because of the large red cap on its head. And this also happens to be the one that came into the garden last week, being fed by its parent. I have to say, isn't that amazing? Isn't that lovely? One of the things I love about living in the countryside is you never know what you are going to see next. You never know what type of nature you are going to see next in the garden. Isn't that lovely? To be honest with you, I could watch this all day. I could. And you can see the other birds. The other birds are also trying to feed from the peanuts. But unfortunately, that woodpecker is not going anywhere. That woodpecker has decided, I am staying here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay here and enjoy all of these lovely peanuts. Isn't that great? I don't know about you, but I love nature very much. Also, we have lots of baby blue tits in the garden as well. If you look closely, you can see there are some babies, young blue tits, and also young great tits as well. Aren't they lovely? Oh, and guess what? The woodpecker is back. But don't worry, because After the woodpecker leaves, all of the babies return. So we have young blue tits and also great tits as well, flying around in the garden. And at the moment we do have lots and lots of baby birds in the garden. In fact, you might say it's really busy at the moment outside with all of the young birds. Lots of them, in fact, in the garden. Hello to the live chat. Yes, I'm glad you are enjoying my nature in the garden. Isn't that great? Yes. Are you interested in following the World Cup, Mr. Duncan? I don't have much interest in football. I will be honest with you. I don't have much interest in football, so I'm not following it very much. However, I do know that many of you out there do like football very much, and I'm sure you will be watching lots and lots of football. The mystery object is coming up in a moment, but first we'll have a quick break so I can soothe my lovely throat.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat. Learn together and have fun.
We are together today. I hope you are having a good day. Mr. Steve was in the garden just before I started my live stream today. Mr. Steve was outside in the garden cutting the lawn. So that's the reason why I showed that particular video. Steve loves doing the garden. He really does. You might say Steve has a green thumb, or, as we often say here in the UK, a green finger or green fingers. A person who has green fingers is a person who is very good at taking care of plants and flowers. Here we go then. We have the mystery object coming up. It is an object you might see in your daily life, something that exists, something that you might see quite often. Today's mystery object is coming up right now.
What is the object? Do you know what it could be? Do you know what is the object? Have a guess and we will see. Have a guess and we will see.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. It is time for the mystery object. But what is it? What is today's mystery object? What could it be? I will show you right now. So this is today's object, common. It is a common object. However, it is an object. It is a type of thing that can be used in many different ways. It can also be used in English as an adjective and also a verb as well. So here it comes. Are you ready for today's mystery object? Oh, okay then. Well, that's simple. I know what you're thinking, Mr. Duncan. That is a very simple object, a very common object. Yes, it is. You are right. However, this particular object can be used for many different uses. It is something that you might be using in your house right now. At this very moment in time, you might have maybe one or two of these somewhere in your house. Perhaps in your kitchen you might have one of these. Something very useful. Christina, Mr. Duncan, how do you capture the images with such precision? Thank you, Christina. When I'm filming things, quite often I have to spend a lot of time preparing the shot. Sometimes I will put the camera in a certain position to make sure the angle is correct, to make sure everything is clear. And of course, if you are using a certain type of camera equipment, of course you can make the image look as clear, and you can become near to the object as well. You can zoom in to the object. So that is one of the wonderful things about having a professional camera, is that you can zoom in to the thing you are filming. A lot of people coming through now. Oh, interesting. Mr. Duncan, is that a baby robot octopus? That's very good. I like that. Yes, it does. It looks like a baby octopus. You're right. But it isn't. It is something we use quite often around the house. An object that exists maybe in a certain area. I remember when I used to go to school, especially when I was at during my early years at school, we would have to bring our coats to a certain place, and we would have to put our coats in that particular room. Quite often it would be described as a cloakroom. Cloakroom. And in the cloakroom you would see lots of these hanging up. Ah, you see? I almost gave the answer. So here it is then. The answer coming up right now on your screen. Are you ready?
Yeah, baby.
Here it comes. It is a hook. Hook. A hook. So this particular thing is called a hook. However, this simple object can be used in many different ways. It has lots and lots of uses, lots of functions, you might say. But this is an object used to hang or suspend something from. So you might hang your coat on a hook. You might hang your clothes on a hook. You might hang your hat on a hook. So this is something that is used a lot in people's houses, maybe in offices as well. It is a common object. Of course, hooks have many uses and come in different designs. So you can see here on the screen there are many different types of hook. The common one that you find maybe in your house, you will hang your coat on the coat hook. However, there are many different types of hook that have certain uses, special uses. For example, a fishing hook. Have you ever been fishing? Have you ever gone fishing? Have you ever tried fishing? Here in this country, fishing is a very popular sport. Yes, it is a sport. Don't ask me why, but it is a sport. They call it a sport. Fishing is a sport. It almost sounds like you're racing or running against the fish, but you're not. You're competing with them. You're trying to catch the fish, and the fish is trying to avoid being caught. they call it a sport, apparently. So we have the fishing hook, a very small piece of metal with a sharp end, and quite often you will put the hook in the water and hopefully the fish will come along and beep, bite the hook, and then you will pull it out of the water. You catch the fish using a fish hook. Then you might see one of these on a construction site. Construction site will have a crane hook. So a hook that is used for lifting heavy objects. If you are moving things around using a crane, quite often there will be a large hook that will be used for picking up or lifting things, heavy objects. So once again, another type of hook. You can see there are many. You might also have a locking hook for securing safely something that you want to join together, maybe two things you want to join together, but also you want to make sure they stay together. You will use one of these, a locking hook. So quite often climbers will use these to attach ropes together to make sure that they are firmly secure. You lock them together. Quite often used when you are climbing high. Then of course we have the coat hook. We saw this at the start of our list. A coat hook is something you hang your coat on. Obviously, Mr. Duncan, that's what it is. General purpose hooks. So these are things you might find around your house. In fact, I have one here. Here we go. So there is one, a general purpose hook. In my studio, lots of these are around my studio. For example, the set behind me, a lot of the set that is behind me is actually held up with these. These things are holding up quite a lot of my set here in the studio. So I do use a lot of these. They are used generally for many different purposes. However, they are incredibly useful, especially for someone who has to hang lots of things from the ceiling. So these are what I use. I use these to hang parts of my set in the studio. And they are very easy to attach. You just turn the screw and they go into the ceiling. They are wonderful. I like them very much. They are my most favourite thing in the world. Here's another one. Oh, now this is an interesting one because you might wonder what it is. This is a limb hook. Now, before people complain and say, Mr. Duncan, why are you showing that? Well, maybe there are people here who are interested in pirates. So we often associate this particular thing with a pirate. Maybe a pirate with a hand missing. So instead of a hand, he has one of these. He has a hook. It makes him look more sinister, I suppose. However, in real life, in reality, you don't see many people with a hook as a hand. For two reasons. Well, first of all, it is very impractical. It is not easy to do things with this particular item or object. For example, you can't scratch your nose. You have to be careful. If you have one of these, you can't scratch your nose because you might also take your eye out. Which explains why many pirates also have an eye missing. So maybe there is a connection between those two things, having a hook as a hand and also having a missing eye. So maybe one day they tried to scratch their eye. Unfortunately, the hook took the eye out. A pirate's hook. I've never seen anyone wearing a hook on their arm or on their wrist. Never seen it. Have you? There are some interesting uses of the word hook. We can use the word hook as a verb. We can use it as a verb. You hook something. So we are doing it. A verb is a doing word, something you are doing. So you hook one thing on to another. Hook something. You hang up something. You attach that thing to the hook. So we can use it as a verb. For example, you can hook your coat on the hanger. You do that thing. So the word hook can also be used as a verb as well. As a verb, you can hook something. If you hook something, it means to catch with a hook. So if you are going to try and catch a fish, you are trying to hook the fish. You are trying to catch the fish. Again, you can use it as a verb, to hook something, to hook a fish. You catch with a hook. To hook something. You catch it. You hook that thing. So quite often we can use this figuratively as well. Not literally, but sometimes figuratively. We can also use this particular term. As an adjective, you can be addicted to something, something you can't stop doing. We can say that you are hooked. You are hooked on something. To be hooked, to be caught, or addicted. So to be hooked can mean to be caught or to be addicted. Something you can't stop doing, a certain thing that is now a habit and you can't stop doing it. I am hooked on Mr. Duncan's English lessons. I can't stop watching Mr. Duncan with his new sexy beard. Ooh, fancy pants. So you might be hooked on vaping. It is a thing that lots of people do nowadays. They vape. So instead of smoking cigarettes, they smoke vapes instead. I know what you're thinking. Mr. Duncan, do you vape? The answer is no. No. In my life, I can safely say I have never smoked a cigarette and I've never vaped. Because I want to stay healthy. That's the reason why. Let's face it, doing that over there is not very healthy. It is definitely not good for you. I think it is safe to say. So to be hooked as an adjective is often used to mean caught or addicted. In a phrase, we can also use this in a phrase as well. You can hook up with someone. To hook up means meet. You hook up with someone. You meet someone. To hook up with someone, you meet them, you get together. You might hook up with your friends. You might hook up with a date. Of course, this particular phrase can also have a rather naughty meaning as well. To hook up with someone, to have a casual relationship. Oh, Mr. Duncan, be careful what you're saying. But generally speaking, to hook up means to meet, get together, and have a good time. Here is a phrase that we often use that has the word hook in the actual phrase itself. By hook or by crook. If you are determined to do something, to achieve something, we might say, I will do it by hook or by crook. I am determined to do that thing. I will do it. Whatever it takes, I will do it by hook or by crook. And there you can see two things. If you are wondering, Mr. Duncan, what is a crook? A crook, the thing you can see there on the right, is a small stick that is held by a shepherd to guide their sheep through the field. So a crook is used by a shepherd. And of course, the hook is used to catch fish. So you are saying here, no matter what happens, I will get that thing. I will achieve that thing. I will achieve my goal by hook or by crook. Whatever it takes, I will do it. And finally, a person can get off the hook. A person can get off the hook. If you get off the hook, it means you are absolved of blame. It means a person is not responsible for that action. They are innocent. They have been proved to be innocent. They get off the hook. Rather like a fish. If a fish is caught and then gets off the hook, it means it is free again. So to get off the hook means to be absolved of blame. Absolved means to be cleared. It has been proved that you are innocent. I have an alibi, so I'm off the hook. I have an alibi, so I'm off the hook. I am innocent. I am free. I have been absolved. So, some very interesting words we've used in that particular section. For those wondering, Mr. Duncan, what is an alibi? An alibi is a person who can verify your place at a certain time. The alibi is a person who can say that they were with you, or they were nearby, or they saw you at a certain time. The alibi is the person who can help you to prove your innocence. And that is that for now. So it is interesting when you look at English words or things that exist in English, you will find many things, even if they seem simple, a very simple thing, like hook. The word hook can be used in many different ways. And there it was, today's mystery object.
What is the
Another mystery object coming next week. Of course, English Addict is with you today with myself, Mr. Duncan. For those wondering who is that strange man, my name is Duncan. I talk about the English language. You might say that I am an English addict. I am hooked on English. And I have a feeling maybe you are as well. It is nice to see so many people with me today. Lewis says, as a child, a person took a powerful firework in his hand and it blew up in his hand. So what happened? Did he lose his hand? Accidents. They can happen at any moment. Sometimes they are unavoidable, and sometimes they are avoidable. Last week I was talking about relationships, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to talk about something nearer to that subject, but something also that is separate from that subject, a certain type of relationship between parents and their children. We will be looking at that in a few moments from now. First of all, as we approach 3 o'clock in the afternoon here in the UK, I have to correct myself. I made a mistake. Did you notice the mistake that I made last week? I described the King of England as King Charles II. I received quite a few messages saying,
For the last time, no, 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 N-O. No!
everyone's saying, Mr. Duncan, you're wrong. It is actually King Charles III. Not the second. You are confusing him with someone else. The previous King Charles. So, yes, you are right. For all those who wrote in to me, I had quite a few messages saying, Mr. Duncan, you are wrong. It's not King Charles II. It's King Charles III. You silly sausage. Now, I can explain the reason why I did that, because, well, of course, for all of my life, for the whole of my life, I have known only one monarch, and that was Queen Elizabeth II. So when King Charles came along, I automatically say King Charles II. So that's the reason why. It's a simple reason. And I think it's a really good one as well. So apologies to His Royal Highness. I suppose I will not be getting a knighthood now. I don't think there's any chance of me picking up any awards now, because I referred to him as King Charles II, when it should have been King Charles III. I apologise, Your Royal Highness. English Addict is with you today. So many people are chatting today on the live chat. It's nice to have you here today. So what happened to your friend? What happened to your friend? Did he lose his hand? It doesn't sound very good. Inaki says, Mr. Duncan, don't worry. I'm sure King Charles III was not watching you at the time. Well, I think he does. I think King Charles III does watch me, because that's the reason why his English is so good. I think so. Last week, I was talking about relationships. Today, I thought it would be interesting to look at another part of that subject, talking about families. More specifically, the offspring in a family. Children and their relationship with their parents. So there are certain words you will use when we are talking about parents and their children. So for a few moments we will take a look at this. Generally, we will describe the children as offspring. Offspring. We often use this term to describe the young, born from the parents. The children in a family, for example, the offspring of the parents. So we will often use the word offspring as a general word to mean the children. They are born and raised. Son, daughter. And then of course the relationship between the son and daughter can be described as brother and sister. The son is the brother of the sister. The sister is the daughter of the parents. Generally speaking, we can also use the word siblings. The siblings are the children, the offspring, the children born into a family. We can often use the term biological child. They are sharing both the parents' genes, so they are related directly, genetically. They are genetically related. We can also describe that person as a blood relative. A blood relative would be someone who shares the same genes or the same family history. We often use the word hereditary, things that are passed down through a family. So we will often use the term blood relative. Then of course we can have a non-biological child not sharing both of the parents' genes. They are not genetically related. They are not a blood relative. So we often see family, especially family where people are related, as also sharing the same genes. The family tree, as it goes down and down from your mother, father, grandmother, grandfather. You can have great grandfather, great grandmother. So the mother of your father, the mother of your mother, the father of your mother, the father of your father. And then, of course, you can go further back and say the father of your father's father or your mother's father. I could be here all day doing this. I could. So your great-grandparents, and then, of course, if you go even further back in time, your great-great-grandparents. I'm not even going to try and explain that because it would take too long, but I think you know what I mean. Someone who is not a blood relative is not related genetically, as a general term. Legally, a child might become part of a family. A child might be adopted, and this happens quite often around the world, many places, including here. In England, people might adopt a child. Maybe the child has become an orphan. Maybe its parents are both dead, so they have no parents. So a family might adopt the child as their own. So the child is not related genetically, however they are welcomed into the family. They are adopted. So that child is an adopted son or an adopted daughter. But of course, within the family, they will be treated just the same as they would their own flesh and blood. A child might be taken in by a family for a short period of time. So maybe just for a short period, temporarily. A child might be fostered. To foster something, you care for something. Quite often for a short period of time. You look after that child for a short period. You take in the child for a short time. You look after them for various reasons. There are many reasons why a child might be fostered by another family. So that child is a foster son or foster daughter. So this is very different from adoption, in which the child is just taken into the family for a short period of time. They are fostered. A family group can be described as a unit. The unit is the group. In fact, the word itself stems from the word unity. Unity is to be grouped together. You have a certain common trait, something that brings you together or joins you together as a group, a unit. So we often describe it as a family unit. The family unit, those within the family, those who are connected in a certain way. They are the unit. And as I mentioned, the word unit stems from the word unity, which means to be joined together. You have something in common. So I hope that explains a little bit more about, well, one particular type of relationship that does exist. Mr. Duncan, what word do you use for naming the father of your grandfather? The father of your grandfather would be your great-great-grandfather. So each generation that goes back, you will add one great. Your grandfather, your great-great-grandfather, your great-great-great-grandfather. And then way back, as far as you can trace them. Another thing I want to mention, and this is something I did not mention last week, there are words that relate to your relationship, whether it is with your mother or father. For your mother, we use the word maternal. Maternal. So that is the relationship between you and your mother, your maternal relationship. Your mother has a maternal instinct for their young. And then for the father, we say paternal. So paternal is the father. Maternal is the mother. So when you start talking about this particular subject, you get deeper and deeper into the subject. And there are many other words that are connected to it. So I hope I explained that well. I really do. I hope I explained it clearly. We will take a quick break. We still have lots coming up today. We still have Guess the Picture idiom. That is also coming up in a little while. So please don't go away. English Addict is not going away just yet. We still have lots and lots of things to show you. English Addict will be with you for around about another 40 minutes, hopefully. Don't go away. away now.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat. Learn together and have fun.
We are together today.
Well, yes.
Definitely. And we are having a good time. I hope you are enjoying today's live stream, even though my voice is not great. Unfortunately, at the moment, I'm suffering with my lovely hay fever. Every year it comes around to make my life difficult. But I hope it is not interfering or interrupting too much with today's live stream. We have the mystery object. Well, we've had that already. You can watch it again later if you missed it. Lots and lots of information today about our mystery object. But right now we have something even more exciting. How could something be more exciting than guess the object? Well, trust me, it can be. Yes. Picture idiom. Mr. Duncan, tell us all about it. Someone might say, Mr. Duncan, your English lesson is a load of balls. And you would be right, because of the balls falling down because of the World Cup and all that. Here we go then, today's mystery idioms. I think the first one is very easy, although I always say that, and then it turns out to be really hard. Today's first mystery picture idiom. But what is it? There it is on the screen. This is not a good example of my Photoshop skills. It is not a very good example of my ability at Photoshopping. But I think I did a very good job of that. It's very realistic, don't you think? Picture idiom. All you have to do is tell me what it is. It is a well-known expression, a well-known phrase within the English language. But the question is, what is it? What is the mystery idiom? If you think you know, then let me know on the live chat. Someone who does something that creates problems. A reaction, a strong reaction, maybe even anger is the response. This particular phrase can be used to describe it. Interesting. You see, I said this was an easy one. I said it was easy. Sometimes you must trust me. So this was an easy one. I thought so. A lot of people saying, Mr. Duncan, please make them easier. Can you please make them easier? I will try my best to make them easier. Quite a few people have got this one right. Oh, yes. Can I say hello to the gentle gastronome? I didn't see you earlier on the live chat, so I will say hello to you now. The gentle gastronome. I hope you don't have indigestion watching this. So here it is, the answer coming up right now. So I think this one, it's quite an easy one. Would you say? Would you say this is easy? I think so. A lot of people got this one correct. Well done. A person who causes a problem, or maybe the occurrence, the actual thing happening. And this phrase describes it very well. The answer is a cat among the pigeons. A cat among the pigeons. We can also say that you put a cat amongst the pigeons. Create or cause a problem through an action. To put a cat among the pigeons. Or, of course, we can say amongst the pigeons. To put a cat among the pigeons. To create or cause a problem through an action. Maybe you do something. Maybe you create a commotion because of a certain action that you've carried out. You create or cause a problem through an action. We can say that you put a cat among the pigeons. You have created a problem, a situation. Would you like another one? Okay, here's another one. I also think that this is easy as well. But what do I know? What do I know? I could be wrong. Here is another one. Are you ready for the next mystery idiom? It is a well-known expression coming up right now. Oh, okay. Yes, we have a very interesting phrase. A person who does something too quickly or too soon before they are meant to do it. They do something too quickly, too fast. We use this particular expression. Hello, Claudia. Claudia, welcome. I am sorry to hear that you are feeling unwell today. I hope you feel better soon. Perhaps you have hay fever, like me. I love summer. I love the summer months. The only problem is, during the summer, I often get hay fever. Interesting. Some very interesting answers coming through on this one. So I wasn't sure whether this was easy or not, but a person who does something too quickly, too soon, before they should, we can use this particular expression. But what is it? I will give you the answer right now. Today's second mystery picture idiom is there it is, jump the gun. Faviacs. People who experience frequent episodes of hay fever might consider discussing the use of quercetin with their healthcare professional. It does not replace medical treatment, but it can. I see. I know there are many, many different types of medicine available for hay fever. However, over the years I have found that quite often they don't work very well, or sometimes they have terrible side effects. So if you take medicine to ease or reduce your hay fever, quite often you find there are certain side effects. Quite often it makes you sleepy or drowsy. Faviacs, thank you very much for your suggestion. I will make a note of that. because I'm always interested to find out if anyone else has any suggestions. But it is annoying. It does make your summer rather unpleasant, to say the least. So today's second mystery idiom is jump the gun. To do or start something before one should. To do something before it is allowed. You jump the gun. You start too soon. You do it before you should. We can say that you jump the gun. Argus says, I have never heard of it. Well, guess what? Now you have. To jump the gun is to do something before you should. You start before you should. You jump the gun. I think we have time for one more. One more? Yes, I think we will have one more. And then it will be time to go. Oh, interesting. I've just noticed something on my computer. Something I did wrong. I made a mistake on my computer. It's okay. It doesn't change anything. Here it is, the next mystery picture idiom. I don't know what's happened to my bell. My bell is not working very well today. So here is the next one. A well-known expression in English. Perhaps something you are not sure about. Maybe something you feel as if you want to do, but then suddenly you change your mind. I want to do it, but then I decide that I don't want to do it. What about jump the shark, Mr. Duncan? Is that used in American English? It's used in all English. All English. To jump the shark is to avoid being cancelled, or to avoid something ending. You jump the shark. It is an interesting idiom. I might use that on one of my mystery idioms. I might use that one in a couple of weeks. We will see what happens. Thank you, Paco, for your suggestion. We also have the Gentle Gastronome, Alessandro. Thank you very much. That's great. Also, Lewis as well. Thank you very much for your answer. Quite a few answers coming through at the moment. Very nice. Guess the picture idiom. Something you feel like doing and then you change your mind. Maybe you become afraid or fearful or worried about that thing. You don't want to do it anymore. We can say that you get cold feet. Cold feet. You get cold feet, you see? If you worry about something, doing something, maybe you change your mind about doing it, you don't want to do it anymore, we can say that you get cold feet. A loss or lack of courage or confidence. Fear. You suddenly don't want to do something because you feel worried or concerned. You lose courage. You lack courage or confidence. You get cold feet. Maybe your friend wants to take you mountain climbing. You have to climb a mountain with your friend. And you think, ooh, that sounds very interesting. That sounds exciting. I want to try that. But then a couple of days before you are supposed to go and climb the mountain, you suddenly get cold feet. You suddenly feel afraid of doing it. you get cold feet. You suddenly become reluctant or worried. A sudden loss or lack of courage or confidence. You get cold feet. And that is today's last, final mystery picture idiom today. I hope you enjoyed playing along. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I really did enjoy that. Today's picture idioms. Have you noticed that the World Cup is now underway? Have you noticed? A lot of people talking about football. To be honest with you, already, if I switch on the TV, if I put the news on, all they are talking about is the football. You can have too much. You can have too much football. Lewis says, I am under the weather, so I have to go to bed. My son has come with some medication and I have to take it. We are very sorry to hear that you're not feeling well, Lewis. We are most concerned, so please take a lot of rest, and I'm sure your son will take good care of you. Get well soon, Lewis, please, for all of us. We are thinking of you right now. Aziz is trying to keep fit. I am walking on the treadmill and watching you at the same time. Do you think it is challenging? I think it might be very challenging if you are trying to concentrate on my voice and also walk on the treadmill at the same time. However, it might also be a good exercise because you are doing two things at the same time. So maybe it can improve your health, but also improve your English at the same time. So to be honest with you, I think it's a very good idea. I think it's an excellent idea. I'm going to go in a second for two reasons. One, my throat is hurting today. It isn't great. I will be honest with you. Because of my hay fever, which is causing all sorts of problems, I am suffering slightly with my summer allergy, unfortunately. So I will be back with you next Sunday, of course, the same time, the same place. And next week we will talk about the differences between appreciate and depreciate. We will do that next Sunday. Thank you very much for your company. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. I'm going to take a lie down in a dark room, and hopefully my hay fever will ease off. Thank you very much for your company. If you want to drop me a message or a line, you can write to my email address, and of course, if you want to subscribe so you will never miss anything ever again on my YouTube channel, feel free to do that as well. I am going now, and I will see you next Sunday, 2 p.m. UK time. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday as well. Have a good day. Enjoy your week. And I will try to get myself well before the next time we meet again. Thank you very much. See you soon. Take care of yourselves. And of course, until the next time we meet here, stay happy. Keep that smile upon your face as you walk amongst the human race. Do you like the beard? Do you like it? Does it suit me? Is it nice? Ta-ta for now.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat. Learn together and have fun. Now it's time to say goodbye to Duncan and all the lovely words and phrases of the English language. Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat and discover all the words and phrases of the English language. Learn together and have fun. Join with Mr. Duncan on the live